How did it come to this? Here we are, the denuded dwarven garrison of the fortress of Dol Baran, and we are holding out against an overwhelming force of Dunlendings with ladders, rams, siege towers. Looks like they brought a fairly typical Dunlending stack. There's a lot of cav, which is kind of good, but also kind of bad. So we have at least 4 points to defend. We get the gate, we get 2 ladders, and they got a siege tower, and we only have 3 units here. So first thing, we're going to take them off skirmish. We got a couple of Dunlending mercenaries with gold armor upgrades, which is interesting. These guys have javelins, which are quite good, and axes. And then we've got, for the first time in this campaign, take a look at the Blunderbusses, the Dwarven Blunderbusses. Very interesting little model. Very nice. So, our general actually is this unit right here. So we'll have to protect him. What's this? Tribal Spearman. So maybe he can be on this wall. So I'm a little wary of that siege tower coming right over, and because they shoot out of the top of it. So we don't want any guys on the wall right next to that. It's manned by spearmen, a lot of tribal spearmen. These are, I think, a tier 1 unit for Dunland. So they're not too strong, but they're very numerous. They have throwing spears. I think there's basically no way we're going to hold on to this. So let's just do our best. I'm going to position the Blunderbusses right here, and we'll see how this goes. Tribal spearmen, lots of tribal spearmen, some axes. These are their tier 2, again, with some javelins and axes. Huntsmen, more throwing spears. No fear-causing units, which is nice. And no archers either, so there's no long range. Not that that matters too much here. These are their, I think, Dunlending horsemen or herdsmen. They are, as you can tell, a cavalry unit. Quite good, despite their kind of ragged appearance. These guys have short thrusting spears for melee, as well as these throwing spears for range. So they're a good hybrid, and if you bring a lot of them, they can be very effective. So here it looks like we're getting some throws in. These tribal spearmen come in units of at least 100. And as you can tell, we're beginning to cut them down a bit. All right, so my plan here, such as it is, they're definitely going to come in through the gate. So we got our Blunderbusses right here to basically point blank shoot them as soon as that happens.
Has reached the walls. Now we must fight for our women and children.
Now, these frighten the nearby enemy, so if we can get any kind of routing going on, maybe we can pull this off. And I'm thinking that might work, because they've got a lot of their forces in cavalry that are way back here, and they may hold them back while their infantry tries to make a gap through the wall. So we may only have to rout these guys. But if they bring everyone in, then obviously we're just going to be overwhelmed by numbers. But we also have to worry about this, because pretty soon they're going to have this tower. I suppose, these are spearmen, I suppose I could bring some of these mercenaries over to the other side to deal with the soldiers that are going to come off of this tower. But I need someone here to watch the ladder, and yeah, we're just going to get overwhelmed. There's no way around it. But at least we can enjoy the final moments of this garrison. Starting to come up the ladder. Now I do have to be careful here because this gatehouse is shooting, and so is the tower over here. So as they come up and we get into melee, we have to watch for crossfire, basically. So I'll start to march this unit over here.
Ladders are at the walls. Unleash the defenders and break the enemy's attack.
I think that these Dunlendish axemen are going to win against my Dunlending mercenaries. I'm not sure. But it seems like these guys are more of a skirmish unit. Alright, and we are taking some of them out just through the fortifications. So that's nice.
The enemy have taken the walls.
All right.
Throw them back, or our people will be slaughtered.
Building lost. What building? Oh, they got up here. Okay. Alright, let's run in and we'll see if we can take out these spearmen with my general. Honestly, not sure. Gate's almost open. Oh, blunderbusses are shooting. What are you shooting at? Oh, jeez. Surprised you can hit those guys. Alright, I think I want to have them hold fire. Okay, great, they're routing already. Alright, so what we gotta do is wait for them to fire until these guys start to run in. Alright. That worked well. Granted, this is a very understrength unit of tribal spearmen. Oh, what are they just waiting? Come on in! Alright. It doesn't say if we're winning or not. These guys are steady. Okay, tell you what. Let's run our blunderbusses over here and fire a round or two into these guys on the wall. Try to get them to rout. Oh no! Oh. That hurt. Oh, yeah. Ah! Alright. Oh, come on. Should have left him over there. Alright. Shoot a couple of volleys. They're still holding back. $47, $46. $45, $44. Alright, we got our tower back, and now we're just dealing with these axemen as they come up, I guess. Evenly matched. Oof. Losing, okay. Looks like we got a lot of bullets left. Pellets. 72 of them left. Oh no! Oh, no. Alright, there goes our general. Yeah, this is not ideal because they're shooting up at an angle. They're not close. You want to, I've done this before, where you have like 3 or 4 units of these guys, put them just in a kind of a U right around the gatehouse, and just a few of those firing is very effective. But the problem is we're not really getting to do that here. Alright, we are doing a number on these Dunlendish axemen, but we've completely lost our general's unit. Alright, let's turn around and shoot these guys. 37 of them. Oh, yeah, we're, Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run back. Okay, nope. Let's get a fire, guys. Reload. No, now we're getting the fire from the gateway. All right, check it out. All right, if we can get these routes, we can at least do some damage. Nice. A little reload animation. Oh, using their picks now. This is not going to go too well. Well, here we are at the end of the garrison. Just the banner bearer left now, swarmed by javelins. Ugh. Well, clear defeat. How did we do? Blunderbusses did not do too great in terms of casualties, but again, I made some mistakes there. Just letting them get hit by those volleys when I ran them in front of the gate. And, you know, honestly, we just didn't have enough men, so that wasn't going to work. I don't think there was any way I could have pulled that out, sadly. Alright, we've got a suitable husband. And Lettuce again is up for marriage. I think we're going to hold out. Okay, but we did get a coming of age. Where is he? Nergzig. Oh, this is wonderful. Because we've got a very aging Andvari who's been with us since the beginning of the campaign. And he's got this very nice ancillary, a Master of Dwarven Stonewright. So now, when he dies, I've got another family member here to sort of take over, and he is an adept governor and commander. So he's his son, Longbeard, House of Narvi, very good. Intelligent, oh, this is great. Wary fighter, learned in lore, oh, this is very, very good. I was worried that we were going to lose him soon, and would not have another family member over there. So that's good. Okay, so we lost Outpost of Dolbaran. As you can see, it's made barely a dent in our profits. We are going to want to get this back. So what I anticipate is going to happen is Rohan is probably going to take this from Dunland. As soon as they take Dunfrecka, or maybe before, they're gonna move in here, and then we'll see if we can purchase it off of Rohan again before they move up to this part of the world. Because what I would again like to do is grab these two mountain settlements, as well as Dolbaran, and that'll get us some Dunlending hireling units, as well as, you know, a decent amount of money and some resources. So that's down the line. We do have our much more promising stack of blunderbusses heading over towards Lastbridge, where we will meet up with this army under our new faction leader. So this is something we missed in the past couple of turns. I advanced the game a little bit since the last episode, and our faction leader, who was at the Dwarves, did die. Let's see what his name was. Durin of Erebor. He was the guy who led the forces from the Lonely Mountain all the way down to the Dwarves, and his son, Gin of I'm guessing it's a hard G, I don't know. Here he is, Gin of Ravenhill. And so he is now taken over the reins, but he's getting old himself. So let's see, he's a weapon master, though. So that's pretty cool. Let's see who is shaping up to be... Looks like his younger brother is the heir. Gror of the Withered Heath. And he's the Lord of Erebor currently. So he's next in line. Okay, as soon as these blunderbusses get here, we're going to move the fight towards Adunabar. For now, I'm, as I said, going to leave the fort of Dolbaran as it is. I'm sort of taking a look at what we can train out of Loon, and kind of weighing whether it's worth it to move up to the next level of provincial development, urban province, as that's fairly expensive, but it will get me hireling bowmen, and then if I go all the way up, I could get hireling guards. So these are pretty decent units. But honestly, we can recruit those as mercenaries, so I'm not feeling the need to get them just yet. We did retrain a bunch of units that had been used to take Loon, and we are training just some basic hireling spears here, and we are training some shield breakers, sort of to beef up the melee of this line. We'll probably train a few more units out of Gibilgathal, and then we'll just send them east with the idea of meeting up with Gin's army and helping take out some of these Adunabar forces. Alright, but in the meantime, the United Kingdom is doing great, holding on to Fornos, to Numinas, and even the Watchtower of Amansul. So I don't necessarily want to border all of the Reunited Kingdom's lands. Like, I don't know if it's worth it to take Turn for Vane, honestly. But because I don't want to invite a war with them. Okay, where do I spend? Where do I spend my money? Okay, Hollowbold looks like a likely candidate. And we may go with a Roadhouse, I guess. It'll get us a little bit of trade. And I think we're actually done building whatever we were building in Narig Zagil. We've got a lot of money left, so we can retrain all of these guys. Let's do that. This is going to upgrade the armor. It's because I built the Mithril Armory, so that's going to upgrade the armor of and upgrade standard units. I don't know what that means, but I guess we'll see. Maybe it adds some experience as well. So that's going to be welcome. In terms of building here, I think probably the goldsmiths are going to make sense. 68 to 7112 versus... Yeah, so it's going to be more lucrative to go with goldsmiths' workshops. Especially since we're still trading with Rovanian. Anything else I can spend? Because we do have a bit of cash left over. Mithril Armory. It may not be a bad idea to do this since we are actually going to be upgrading the armor. But let's hold off. I do want to save the game real quick. I guess this is something like episode 8 that we're looking at. Play another turn or so before calling it a day. Alright. So Gundurthor, Gibilgathal, and Lastbridge is done with Carpenters, so that's interesting. That will give us a discount on everything that we build here. You know, it may be a really good idea to build roads because it's going to cost us some land tax. It's going to cost us 100 upkeep. It is going to increase trade a little bit, but trade here is low because I'm surrounded by wars, right? I'm just surrounded by people I'm at war with, and the trade around here is going to be fairly low anyway. So we've got a bunch of retraining done. Let's also check out, I think, Gibilgathal. Right, I built the big roads there. 82. No, let's hold out, and let's go to training. Okay, I think I may want to go with Warhammers. They're just quicker. It takes 2 turns for these shield breakers, so I'll call those 2 good for now. Dwerodelf is still building, and we got to move our blunderbusses up here. Okay, so at this point, we do have a bit more money. Why don't I go with this other unit of cav? I know that it is going to cost us, but this fills up the stack, and some of these guys are pretty under strength, actually. But I feel much more confident about moving up into Adunabar territory. All right, everywhere else we're just building. And we'll see what the AI does here. Rune threatening us again. We're not going to take that. Okay. Doing quite good. Our treasury may be a little hard for you to read, but we're up over 130,000 just in the bank. So Dwarves finished its hosting halls. That's great because now I can actually train Dwarven long axes and retrain the ones they already have. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We don't have a lot of population here. So what do I want to spend? Now this guy's not going to be a very good governor, but he is going to get better. I believe he was inept earlier, but he is going to improve. He is intelligent, so that's good. Somewhat learned. So he is should get just better as a governor. Worksmiths, goldsmiths workshops. Just give us a bit more cash. Actually, it may make more sense to go with Dwarven construction. This is going to cost us a little bit of income tax in upkeep, but it's going to improve our experience. Currently, we're getting a +1. This will give us a +2, as we have a non-managed population here. So that's going to help with our troops, and we are going to want to get some armies together so we can head down and punish the Dunlendings. We do have to keep an eye on if Rohan rather is going to take this. But I think we'll call it here. Let's just send this force up north to threaten Ettendale. I think that's going to be my target. We'll see if Adunabar heads over to attack us, and maybe that'll be a fight for the next turn. So, thank you very much for watching. I'm glad we did get a battle in today on this episode, and I hope you'll join me for the next one. Take care, everybody.